I hope you can hear me now. All this thing, it's getting annoying at the moment, but hopefully now the mic is working. So I pressed every button. I'm back. Thank you. Oh my god. So something is definitely playing up with my mics here. So holy moly, sorry for that. So again, I was talking to myself all the time. That's a bit unfortunate again. So not sure why I was muted, but here we go. Let's go through this again. So go to the TV camera and go through what happened. So at least you saw the stream, right? And saw my amazing camera work. So, but I know without the voice, it's a bit deaf. So we have Philo increasing the lead after the driver swap. Here lapping here with a good pace here in the 2:00s early onto a very good lap by the looks again. So as I said earlier when I was muted, is there a battle within team to who gets the fastest lap? We saw Tank Pro with a 1:59.6 and stint number 1. So I'm not sure if Philo now nearly on par with his qualifying pace. So in P2 we have Bosworth there. They were close with JeGr, but JeGr had damage on the first lap, went into the pits, repaired the damage, and away they go again. So they're catching Bosworth. Now gained 3 to 4 seconds after the pit stop early. Then we saw the drama on stream where I was still sorting out my mic levels with Ovich, Natty McNasty and Resistance, with Resistance now coming out on top with this battle. P4 for the DCT in that GTR. Natty McNasty in that golden AMG in P5. Still staying close here. Then we have Ovich, who received a little bit of damage here, unfortunately. At some point, not sure if it was due to that incident with the 3 cars where we had a 3-wide situation after the final turn, or if it was somewhere else. But Ovich still running in P6 for GTMA, and Clemson in P7. This is not for precision. This is actually under pressure. Yeah, it's the leader. It's Philo. Blue flags. So this means we only have 6 cars on the lead lap after just 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. In this one, crazy pace at the front, definitely. So in P8, Hammersuck in that lovely green and black Lexus car here. And the Clockwork Motorsport guys, they are catching again. So and Terrace, don't think he had the best stint of his life, the first one. Probably that BMW is also a bit twitchy to drive. We'll see, but definitely GT Racer is giving it all he has, and he has a car right in front of him, and looks like. He's a bit quicker here, yeah, nearly 2 seconds a lap. It's also mediums versus softs for this one. So here we go. This could be an easy overtake for GT Racer. Now coming out of the first elbow. Point 1, get on board, see, using that slip, we see a bit of a bump, no, straight away for the overtake, and should have the speed here through the chase, and easy one for GT Racer into P8. So NBR team with Leggy side here in P10. Bit of no man's land here with nearly 1 minute the gap to P9 and 15 seconds to Callum Birch in the second BMW on the grid. So next car on the grid is GTSR, the Swiss team with the Italian driver Falco in it. 26 seconds the gap to P11, 10 seconds to the next team here with Jay behind the wheel in that Lexus. For TAC it is, and we have Dominik Kubinski here in that McLaren. P14, a couple of laps down unfortunately already, after his teammate had a bit of a problematic first stint with a few instances of damage and so, but hey, we are all here for the experience, and shout out to everyone who is competing in this 12-hour event. So what is the closest battle on track? This one, let's see, Resistance opening up that gap to Nettie. Nettie just outside of the slipstream here for this one. Ovic, and we have Clemson 4 seconds behind without damage. Ovic with some damage, and might see a fight for position in a couple of laps here between Ovic and Clemson. And I think that's, yeah, so we will stay with this one for now. See if Natty McTasty can stay close to Resistance here in P4 at the moment. So yeah, while there is not that much fighting for position going on at the moment, so I can talk about the event itself. Also, I think you're pretty sure what we are doing here, 12 hours of Bathurst here by the title, stream title and the lobby title here as well. So we are racing Group 3 cars on Gran Turismo. That's the GT3s in real life here, as close as possible. We have a custom BOP in place, so our friend and setup guru Philo came up with a BOP for this season here of ERF racing. So we are running this for the first event, and this also means we have full tuning, complete setups available for all of the teams. So downforce, suspension, transmission, you name it, differential settings, everything is adjustable within the given limits, of course. And I think we saw a very close field in qualifying yesterday between P3 and P12, 13 within a second or so. It's nice to see different cars with that. So Yeah, of course we have the heavy damage setting on for this race. So damage won't fix itself in the game. You have to come into the pits and repair it if you feel the need. We have mandatory medium tire for at least one racing lap here for each stint. So that's something you have to keep in mind. And the in-game multipliers are ×1 for fuel and tire wear. So that's why you can go quite long on those softs for this one. And as I was rambling about the settings, Natty McTasty was closing that gap. He was briefly within 1 second here of resistance. So both cars are on the soft tires here at the moment and lapping fairly similar here currently. Resistance with a big slide here. This gives Natty the opportunity. Nope. Resistance defending the inside line for T1. We have faster cars approaching in the background. Let's see. What's that? Is this the leader? Yeah, it is Philo at the back of this little group. So Philo about to lap P5 and P4, which would make it just 3 cars on the lead lap that early. That's, as I said earlier, that's insane pace at the front. So Tank Pro for the TDR team was flying there, and also, oh, let's see what happened here. Damage there for Natty McNasty. Philo with an eager attempt here to get past through under the blue flag situation. Let's watch it again. So the gap was open there, the inside line, but then I think Natty wanted to get out of the way and then got unlucky, hit that wall. So it's now Natty with some bumper and suspension damage here. So, the mountain section, it's very tough here to go for a clean overtake also with blue flags. Narrow track here, but here we go. Resistance getting out of the way. Philo pass, so we have just now 3 cars on the lead lap. And let's see Natty's decision here. Will he stay out? No. Being on the soft tires, I think he will lose too much time with damage. So go in and change and go for a long second soft stint probably here. Ovich in P6 will gain a position. Ovich is still running with basically the same damage we saw Natty. Here, that's interesting to see. And we have Clemson and GT Racer chasing Ovich. So battle for P5 is on the menu very soon. So we have the BMW here chasing that Lexus and that AMG, and definitely Pony TDR is killing it today. It's insane pace. We'll see the gap 1 minute to driver in P2, the Eric's team here with Bathurst. So they're definitely on a different strategy here with running the long medium stint. So that Porsche was also running a one stop on the first stint compared to the two stoppers. So we might see Bosworth pit in the next couple of laps here and switch over to the soft tires here, and then Chica in P3 gaining a couple of tenths each lap here on Bosworth. So for now looks like a podium position here for let's get my spotter's guide on to give you the correct team name. So I think this is Project Revolution. Yeah, exactly. In that pinkish Porsche 911. So, and we don't want to miss this here, so we will clip it. See what happened here. Obic, GT Racer, Natty also here close here in this battle. Clemson also in the mix. So what's happening here? GT Racer on the move, taking the inside. Clemson trying to hang it around the outside here into T2. He goes side by side, but no, not fighting it too hard here by the looks. Yeah. So GT Racer going through the field here. So we'll just have a quick look at this situation here, coming into the final turn with Obic on the inside. A little bit of contact there, but nothing major. So we'll get back to the live racing action here, the battle for P5. It's Obic defending through Skyline, down the mountain. Obic stays ahead. GT Racer really close now. Through the dipper they go. Little tap probably. And Obic will be a sitting duck on the straight here with his damage. So this will be an easy pass for GT Racer, for Clockwork Motorsports here. Going up the order in this race. Here we go. That was the easy pass here for GT Racer. Obic still keeping that P6 for now, but we have Natty McTasty and also Clemson here. So still 4 cars fighting for P5 here. So let's see if GT Racer can pull a gap early. See, oh, Clemson into the pits. So he's out of that battle for now. And Natty, he had to pit, repair damage. And now he's back right behind Obic. I think he got the move done on Obic earlier in this stint here. So he's behind, using his lights to say, hey buddy, I'm here. I'm quicker. See, he wasn't close enough to go for that move into. Let's see if we can get a look through the mountain section here from Obic perspective. So doing 205s, 206s on softs with damage. I don't think that's really the pace you are looking at, but I think they're stuck to their strategy at the moment. Oh, Natty with the run, looking, but not close now. Through the dipper they go. Oh, a little jump there by the looks. And we should see the same as in the previous lap. So with that damage on Obic's car, don't think he can stay ahead. See, he had a great run out of first elbow though. 0.6. So, I think we saw in stint 1 that the GTMA car is probably running less aero down the straight, so they can still manage to keep that position, but let's see, breaking into the final turn. This is where Ovic lost a little of time on the previous laps, and it's the same, like the car's a bit understeery there by the looks. Ovic going defensive. Again, no, doesn't have to. Can stay ahead for now. So can Nettie McTasty now. Ovic is also known for being the CLR Minister of Defense for quite some time. So he knows where to place his car. And interesting still, so that GTMA AMG is still quick on the straight despite the damage, and the PLR team here with Nettie, they have to be patient. Now getting a little bit of wheel spin here. Uphill. A big lift here through the section, so if you're in clean air you can probably go flat through this one. Again, now let's see, top skyline. Again, Nettie with a good run. Nice tight line through the dipper, and now he's really close. So now again, get a good run out of Forest Elbow. First gear. Think that first gear of rotation is good, but probably staying in second is better. Going for a later apex. Now 3/10 onto the Converse straight, approaching the chase there. Ovic defending the inside line. That's clever. Oh, looking around the outside. No way past there. Still. Again, we see those headlights flashing. Ovic defending the inside line. Yeah, that is so true. That black and gold AMG is a beauty. Now Nettie with a good run out of the first turn, but just cannot get close enough for a run into T2. It is a late dive. Oh, let's clip that. Go to the TV camera. That was a late move. But Ovic just kept the door open here, didn't defend it too hard. So I think no contact here as well, so it looked like a good risky move, but here we go. Nettie finally up at that position into P6, but lost like nearly 10 seconds to GT Racer here. And we will have a look at the front of this race, where we have Philo now 1 minute and 9 seconds ahead, so still doing those 2-minute deads here, lapping on those softs. No drama so far for Philo. Bosworth for Erics. That 911 also doing a good job on those mediums. I'm actually a bit surprised that they are still on those mediums. So I think they were running a very long stint on softs on the first one, so it could be around that time now to switch to the softs now. I think the tire wear is not an issue, and also maybe if they refuel, they could get to the end on fuel. Let's wait. Oh, looks like another lap here for Bosworth. Chica is slowly catching every lap a few tenths. So the gap went from being over 20 seconds after the pit stop on racing lap 1, now down to 13 seconds. So good stint for JeGr in P3, definitely. And yeah, and as we saw earlier, so we just have the top 3 cars being on the lead lap. Everyone from P4 downwards is already a lap down, and that's only being after 1.5 hours, maybe no, 2.5 hours, 1.5 stints. So I was going to say about that, but could see big gaps towards the end of this race, but you never know what can happen. So when I was rambling about the settings here for this one, so one thing I forgot to mention is we could see safety cars in these events. We don't hope we would get some, but if there is a big pileup with damage, so multiple cars, we might have a safety car situation, and this would probably change the script again for this entire race. It would also be a scenario where lapped cars can unlap themselves in the safety car. So this is probably something the drivers are hoping, that are already a lap down, but yeah, usually you wanna have a race under green flag conditions as long as possible. So yeah, just cycling through the grid now, as we don't have a close battle for the top drivers at the moment. Just having a look at those gaps. Ovich still running with damage, by the way, and might see Clemson here. Then challenging Ovich. So a big spread here throughout the field, with Callum Birch pitting to repair damage by the looks. So Falco, they were, I think, a bit further down the order, so they made some progress in this stint already. F laggy here for NVR in P11, and J in P13, and 2 laps down already by the looks. And in P14 we have that McLaren here. It's the second Project Revolution team. I don't know, Myth, why Ovich is not pitting. So I think he could get away with pit and doing a longer stint on softs here as well. But let's see, now finally we see Bosworth pitting and getting rid of those mediums. So it's like a flipped strategy to stint 1, where his teammates started on the softs and then switched over to the mediums. So Bosworth started on the mediums, now switching over to the softs, refueling, to get to the end till the driver swap. So we have JeGr now in P2, but they definitely need to pit as well. So Bosworth still on the podium here. But now close. Here we see Philo in the distance, roughly 6 seconds behind. So we could see Bosworth being lapped here as well. But they have the pit stop advantage, so they probably will keep the lead lap till the end of the stint, because at some point Philo has to pit as well. But if you look at those lap times, I mean, probably a little bit of traffic with those 201s, but apart from that, being in those 200s throughout the race, it's crazy. And so, but yet, still not into the 59s, so his teammate JeGr, he achieved the 59s on his stint. We'll see if Philo is also aiming for that 59, so the fuel is low, tires still looking okay. Not sure, it's a bit cloudy now. I'm not sure how this affects the lap times, but yeah, crazy fast pace here. That TDR AMG. I mean, they probably have the number one for a reason on their car. A big shout out to JeGr and Philo so far. This pace is, yeah, stunning, amazing, unbelievable. I don't know, maybe alien-like. I don't know. I mean, I mentioned it on Pony's stint, so I was doing a little bit of BOP testing before the entire season here with all those cars, and I was like, yeah, I could do low 201s here with 4 or 5 of those cars. I was like, if someone will get into the 59s, I don't know how they will do it. And then JeGr just smashed it. So I said, yeah, probably I'm washed now. I'm too old to be a quick driver here. This is just pace, and also like Philo is slapping 1 second quicker than what I was able to do with this BOP. Still, yeah, Philo is the master of setups here as well, and you will probably have a really nice setup for this AMG with the perfect gearing and all those neat little settings here to make it fast. But still, like, it's okay, Mr. T. I'm doing okay, but I'm still like, yeah, I know my place, so I won't be getting those crazy fast lap times here. But yeah, it's probably more Mr. Consistency here for me. But still, I was very happy to see this BOP working with different cars, also with FRs and MRs being competitive. So it's a bit of a shame that we don't have an Audi R8 or a Lambo Huracan GT3 on the grid. Those cars, they made a big step forwards with this custom BOP and maximum downforce to make them actually a fun car to drive. So a bit of a shame that we don't have those cars on the grid. But I mean, we have Mercs and Porsches and Beamers, Lexus as well. We also have a McLaren. So still a good variety. That Nissan GTR is also represented on the grid. So this is like good to see. So,
1 minute. 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 1 min
with the how did we call it in stint 1, the surprise drive by Pastina here for DC team coming from down the order here during the qualifying, so up to P4. So, but yeah, probably the DC team made a small mistake yesterday here in qualifying, where they had the wrong settings for maximum allowed power, so got lost in unit translation or so. So they were a bit down on power, or maybe that's why their qualifying performance wasn't that good. I think they changed their setup for today's race. Looks like they have a really good one for this one. So yeah, and as Mr. T just stated in the chat, so DC team just having 2 drivers for this 12-hour event today, so will be probably the drivers know what they were doing today when this event is finished, so shout out to them. But maybe it's also a good practice for the upcoming 24 hours events we will be hosting throughout the year. So there you will probably have to do 2 or probably 3 stints. Oh, now it's your turn for food, yeah. Bon appetit. That looks very sounds very basic. Cheese on toast. Not as fancy as Taco Friday or Hot Dog Saturday, I must admit. Also, I think for me, one of the drivers of the stint so far is GT Racer here. I think they did the driver swap in P9. Now up to P5, and having quite a comfortable gap here to P6, and have an eye on that gap to P4 here, 16 seconds. In P6 we have one of the best looking cars here on the grid. I think that don't know, lost for words probably, and having a look at this livery. And the first Lexus here with Clemson behind the wheel. So that is the Escuderia Panthera with one of their cars, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they have 2 cars. Here's the sister car in P8. So red and green, the difference between those cars, and also not separated by much on track. Now Falco here, they also have a good run here so far, making up some ground here, doing some good lap times here, 2:01s. Ovic finally pitted in the last, what was it, probably lap 24, judging the lap times, so got rid of the damage and going for the second soft stint. Here for now, Ovic from P4 to P10. And laggy. P11, so Kun is probably gaining on Ovic here as well. So we'll have a look at Ovic's lap times now. So on a personal best, so fixing the damage definitely helped by the looks, but still that car was quick on the straights with that setup. So see the lap time. So we see the gap going up to laggy here. 204. So I think still some time to be found here. Okay, laggy with damage. Oh, we missed that. So that's unfortunate. His front. What's happened to Philo? Sota? Okay, so Sota, you were probably just the problem. So I think all the drivers are still in the lobby. So whew, I was a bit shocked. What happens? So but yeah, so everyone is still on track. The lobby still seems to be running okay on my end. Oh, but the fuel now is getting low on Philo's car, so they're really pushing it. Like maybe 3 more laps or so for Philo on fuel. And yeah, Philo into the 59s here. So he also achieved that goal to break the 2-minute barrier. If we have a look at Chica's tires, so that front right doesn't look too good, to be honest. So how long can he extend this stint of fuel? Is still okay, but that front right might struggle now to deal with the grip. Have a look at Bosworth's lap times on those softs. So into the 201s here consistently by the looks. Now found his rhythm here definitely. So this not sure about who will be on P2 after the end of the stint, Chica or Bosworth. So Bosworth will go to the end. Chica, they probably will change to the mediums then later, or not sure if they started on the mediums and can go to softs again, but definitely so. Oh, it was just a display glitch. Just a bit concerned here. Something happened to the leader. So gap between Resistance and GT Racer stays around at 16 seconds. So it's still a fantastic drive here for GT Racer. Here to get the car back to the front here, and they might be still in to battle for podium position for this event. So yeah, we have plenty of racing still to come. It's the 12 hours here, and we are 3 hours in, so 9 hours to go. Natty in P6 also now having a bit of a chill at the moment. Nice gaps in front and behind, so nothing to worry. The gap between the two Pantera cars also steady around those 5 seconds. Ovic pitting again. What happened here? Oh, front and rear damage. Oh, on the softs. That's not what they wanted here, definitely. So this will drop them into P12, P13. Leggy is just coming round the first turn and up a position they go. So GTM8 down to P13. NBR in P12 and TAC in P11. So can Leggy catch up to J here? That's the question. The GTR versus the Lexus. 6 seconds the gap now. Both are on the soft tires. Let's have a look at Callum. He is also a bit of no man's land. Tank Pro, the gap was more than 1 minute and 10 seconds the last time, so we'll have to wait and see when it's now 1 minute and 50. So forgot about that. So yeah, because P2 pitted in the meantime. So if it wasn't for fuel, then we would probably see Philo lapping everyone on the grid. But that fuel is now very low, so I expect him to pit this lap by the looks. Ovic had front and rear damage when we saw him last time visiting his pit crew. So that second stint didn't last very long. Oh, there's a yellow flag situation. So, okay, as expected, Philo now into the pits. So what they are going to do now, play it safe and go mediums to the end, or just push it and open up that gap even more and try to get the fastest lap of the race. So Tank Pro, you see, Philo is also in the 59s now. He just needs to find 3/10 to get that fastest lap of the event. Oh, not sure if you have a bet within your team or so who will get the fastest lap. But if Philo is going onto another soft tire run, then he might be in to the conversation here. See, it looks like he will stay on softs. Yep. So definitely going for the aggressive strategy here, soft, and then one lap on the mediums. So 75% fuel, lighter car, fresh tires. So we'll see if Philo can bring down that fastest lap even more. Spades agreed here. It's great job here from all of the drivers here competing in those long endurance events here. Putting in the time for also the preparation, the practice, the setup work, finding your teammates, working out a strategy. So it's not just turning up for a race here. So it's probably lots of teamwork going on for those events. So one gap now coming down again to the 1 minute 10 mark or so after the pit stop. But JeGr will need to pit very soon here as well. And then we will see Bosworth getting that P2 back again from JeGr. So GT Racer, they found another 2 seconds here on resistance. I'll look at those tires. Yeah, the GTR is still one of the best cars during those races here with its tire wear. And also the fuel consumption is not too shabby. So a very, very strong race car indeed. It isn't the quickest on a per lap basis with this BOP, but definitely for the race where consistency matters, this is a very, very strong car indeed. And you can see this throughout these first stints already. Also the BMW now seems to excel now in the hands of GT Racer. Very strong performance, as I said earlier. P9 to P5. And yeah, we see JeGr now into the pits. Where is Bosworth coming around the final turn? JeGr still not with his crew. So Bosworth will take P2 again. And here is JeGr refueling. So the refueling speed is quite low, so this will take up most of the time during those pit stops. You see the pit crew is giving everything they have for it. And now JeGr on the mediums. 24 seconds the gap to Bosworth. Both Bosworth and JeGr, they will go to the end now, unless they get any damage. They have now met the tire requirements, so it's all good. Philo still needs to to run the mediums. But yeah, nearly 1.5 minutes the gap, so it should be above the 1 minute mark, I reckon, there when they do the driver swap. So yeah, top 3 cars still on the lead lap, with JeGr being in danger now. 8-9 seconds ahead of Philo now before he's getting lapped. And also on the mediums, so maybe Philo will be close in here in the next 2 or 3 laps already. And the gap is coming down between Resistance and GT Racer. Look at that, under 12 seconds. So GT Racer found his rhythm here, definitely. And he is not giving up the chance to get P4 even during the second stint of this event. So 12 seconds, that's still doable, I think. Yeah. And the field spread, it's still there. So with Natty So okay, so Hammersuck is ahead of his teammate Clemson, but I think Clemson they pitted. Yeah, they are on fresh softs, so we'll see if what happens here. Then the GTSR team, another BMW here, low on fuel now, so coming towards the end of this medium tire stint. So I expect them then to go on to the softs till the end of this race. This could get close with Callum here, what it looks. So 35 seconds, so pit stop roundabout with refuel. 35-40 seconds, depending on how much fuel they need. So this could be a close one. Also, Jay is not too far off. 2 seconds behind Callum. Also low on fuel though, so off sequence here as well. This would mean, yeah, Leggy will jump Jay here. This stint. Over drop down the order to P13 after two pit stops where they needed to repair the damage. And we still have the McLaren there, like the brave run at the end. You know, you're 4 laps down already on the next car. Also, but still, that's fighting spirit. I mean, it would be so nice to see every team finishing this event. This would be such an achievement, no matter what position, and in the end. So, and it's also like a experience for those drivers. Oh, running wide there on the grass, nearly loses it through Skyline. So in one of our previous SEC events last year, we renamed that corner to UPay corner. So everyone that knows, right? So a tricky one if you're not getting the turn in right on that left-hander. It's easy to run wide here. Well, yeah. Philo, let's see if we can. Oh, we have P5 and P6 both into the pits here with Natty. Oh, what happened here? Oh, it was just Natty. I think someone else was briefly on the display, but so. Okay, mediums now for PRL to go to the end. That's. Or will it be just a 1 lap on mediums and then switch to the softs again? Exactly, Tank Bros. Or a big crash might cause a safety car, so you never know. And Philo now about to lap Chica. So we already see the blue flags coming down the straight. Hey Sonic, good afternoon. So how was your first 2-hour stint on an endurance race? Did you enjoy it? So where to pass? Taking down the inside here. Oh no! Cautious, don't risk any damage. It's not worth it. Oh, you had damage twice. Oh yeah, but it's a tough track here as well. 2 hours keeping it out of the walls. Definitely tough. Okay, so now Philo waiting for the Comrade straight to lap P3. So now it is briefly 2 cars just on the lead lap. Philo still has to pit and use the mediums though, so JeGr might get that lap back and be on the lead lap after his stint, but still, I mean, I can only repeat myself here. TDR team. Oh, JeGr into the pit zone. Okay, so that's my theory out of the window. So we have 2 cars on the lead lap now, definitely. So JeGr doesn't fancy those mediums, but it looks he wants to go on the softs. Also has a little bit of damage here as well. So and just like that, we have Resistance taking over briefly a podium position. But if you look closely at the fuel, you will see that they have to pit in the next couple of laps. And they will lose more than 8 seconds with that pit stop. So JeGr still in that P3 position virtually. GT Racer, they pitted, so it's, and they were closing on Resistance. So we will see how the gap ends up after Resistance is doing their pit stops. So they will then use the mediums. GT Racer is on the softs. That might get interesting here towards the end of the stint. So yeah, more than 30 people watching. Thank you, and if you haven't already, please consider leaving a like and a subscription to the channel. So we have plenty of racing on ERF throughout the year. So we have the GT challenge here, that the first race of the season here in the GT cars here, with some highlights. Like we also have the Nürburgring 24-hour on the schedule later this year. And apart from the GT challenge, we will also have some historic sports car racing events, like those lovely Group C cars. We will be running some special events there. I think at least 2 throughout the season. One at Spa, one at Fuji, if I can remember correctly. And also we will have a sprint event, like a 1-hour race with the fastest drivers from each team competing. So plenty to come throughout the year here on ERF. So watch out. And so far we've seen absolute fantastic driving throughout the stint, with a dominant performance by the TDR team, that's for sure. Where is Spider GT? So Spider GT, they are running the BMW, right? So I think it's Callum for Spider GT, running in P9 at the moment. Having a nice gap to P10 here on a similar strategy here with fuel and tires. Not sure if they can catch P8 though. Oh. Looks like P8, they need to pit probably once again. So that is the situation here. So Resistance, yeah, they're doing another lap, probably their last on this stint, and then they will come in to change tires. So also GT Racer, that's 38 plus 8 seconds. 46 might get really close between GT Racer and Resistance after their pit stop, so we could see a battle for P4 developing in the next couple of minutes here. So we will keep that in our minds when we have that pit stop finally happening for the DC team running in P3. So big gaps between P6, P7 and P8, nearly 30 seconds here between them. Was that an unlapping maneuver here? Looks like J. They're on fresh softs. Was not a battle for position here, but still clean racing between those drivers. So let's see if this can develop into a battle. Laggy and Ovic, 5.4 seconds the gap, softs and softs on the same strategy here by the looks. And 25 seconds to Falco. Don't think that is possible. So Callum with 40 seconds behind Clemson. Another 30 seconds behind Nettie. And there goes another 30 seconds to Hammersuck in P6. They will also need to pit very soon now. So they will probably drop behind Natty after the pit stop. And here they come. Oh, a tricky pit entry. Everyone that drives around this track knows it's so easy to overshoot that corner and also get a track limit penalty or a pit cut entry penalty, or even worse, if you're too hot, the game might reset you back onto the main straight and you have to do another lap. So this is like one of the trickiest pit entries on the game, definitely. Always a challenge. See, so Philo improved his fastest lap by a bit, down to 59.75, 6.830. Oh, that's probably just this. It's nearly the same as we saw on Stint 1 with Tank Pro. I'm not sure about the last digits here, but it was also a 59.6 something in there. So can someone confirm or look up what the fastest lap for Stint 1 was? Resistance now into the pits. So, refueling, putting on some fresh rubber, and here comes GT Racer. So, still refueling GT Racer. Past the pit entry, around the final turn onto the start finish. Here comes Resistance out of the pits and GT Racer. So, under 10 seconds probably. Yeah. Let's make it 8.5. Softs versus mediums. So GT Racer is on the mission still to get that P4, and someone said Leggy is fighting. Not in a fight for position on track here so far. And Ovic again with some damage. Oh, that's also an unfortunate stint for my dear friend Ovic here. So having a rough time out there. Started off quite well with the stint, but now for the second time, front and rear damage. So they will probably now go on mediums to the end. See, so the gaps at the front, 1 minute 40-ish, I think, between Philo and Bosworth, and another minute nearly between Bosworth and Chica. So Chica was so close to Bosworth at one point, but then also I think they had to fix damage 2 times, which cost them quite some time. Still, the position is great. I think P3 is a really good position, but the gaps are quite big. Not gonna lie here. And Resistance and GT Racer 5.2, so that gap is coming down. Nearly 2 seconds on that first stint, first lap on the final stint on those softs. For GT Racer 5 seconds. So if it wasn't for Philo with that blistering fastest lap, this would be the shout for driver of the stint so far here in this one. What a drive here for GT Racer. Clockwork Motorsport there, like veterans on ERF racing, and always had strong results in our events, so nice to see them running with us here and also like running at the front again. So keep it up, guys. Under 3 seconds. Okay, Resistance seems to be struggling on those mediums. It's a bit of like the same picture we saw with Pestina, who also couldn't find the pace on the mediums with this GTR. .5. This battle might be over very quick before it even really starts. So the pace difference is impressive now between Resistance and GT Racer. 2.2 seconds. And yeah, but what a lovely day here at the mountain so far. Started with a little bit of dawn settings there, and now we see some bright sunshine people around the track seem to be enjoying themselves here as well. And yeah, we are getting closer to the second driver swap of the event. 14 race laps, 13 for the leaders, and here we go. GT Racer now has the slipstream, has the run. Well, persistence indicating you won't be fighting it by the looks, putting on those indicators. I think it's also a smart move to not lose any time here. He knows he's on the slower compound, so also that this is like the spirit you want to see here in an endurance race. So know your battles, know when you have to battle, and this was a smart move here, definitely. And yeah, once again, what a drive for GT Racer here. P9 to P4. Just 35 seconds behind the podium. That's great to see. And we might also good for our spectators. So the next two stints will be very interesting, I think, for CWM here. See if they can close the gap and make a run to the podium here. So did we miss anything else here on track? Netty and Hammersuck 4 seconds separated, so it's not impossible, I would say. So Pantera team here on the soft tires versus the mediums for PRL. So with like more than probably roughly about 25 minutes to go in this stint, so it's very likely that we will have thing. Of course, we can check P7 and P8 for you. So P8 has nice gaps to think, and you are right. They are running with damage here. Front bumper and also suspension on those softs. I think it's still time for them to go into the pits, repair the damage. They should just stay ahead of P9 here. Or will they just risk it and lose a second or 1.5 seconds a lap till the end? Probably the team chat will go crazy now, or they will come to a conclusion, make a decision. What will be the best strategy for them then? So we will go further down the order here and see Falco. Like also a nice gap. Then Callum and Leggy, 20 seconds between P10 and P11 for now. And another 15 seconds between Leggy and Jay. Jay also a comfortable gap to Ovich, who's running in P13 with now being 3 laps down. And Dominik Kubinski here 16 15 minutes divided by 2, that's 8. 8 laps down on the leader. And 5 laps down to P13, roughly. But keep your positive mindset, team. Try to finish the race. That's the main goal here. So, okay, Philo was trying to improve. The fastest lap here received 2 more 59s on 46 and 47. Will we see a 59.5? Again, another 59. So just asking for a friend how to compete with those guys. I mean, this is insane, but also like massive respect. It's like they're definitely in the zone here for this one. 1 minute 45. Maybe Sota, yeah, maybe they're just like too far ahead of the field, so they just can stay in the pits for the final stint. So 1 minute 46, so that's 15 seconds until they get lapped as well. I mean, this would be just crazy if we just have one car on the lead lap, everyone else being a lap down that early in that race. JeGr still holding on to that P3. Yeah, maybe we will do something like the American sports car scene, like where we just bring in a safety car just for the sake of the spectators to have more exciting racing at the end. Nope, don't think this will happen. This wouldn't make us look too good, I think. Don't want to take away that well-earned P1 from the TDR team. I mean, they are on a different level there, definitely. So, and GT Racer is still catching. He gained 3 to 4 seconds on JeGr over the last couple of laps. So already 10 seconds to resistance here in P5, but still a very clean stint for the DC team. And as you've heard earlier, so it's not their last stint, so just competing with 2 drivers, Pistina and Resistance. So they will have to do a bit of work still throughout the day. Oh, and here we go, look at that. Natty McNasty under pressure, Hammerstock on those softs. Catching. So this will be the battle for P6 very soon. We will see slipstream for this one. And a good run out of the first turn, 1.5, so he might gain already a little bit here. So gets down to 1.2 and then to the 1 second mark, then you will get stronger slipstream. So should be the goal now to get to the 1 second mark till the top of the mountain. Well, we can go a little bit on board. I think we haven't seen the... Oh, and there's a disconnect for Dominik Kubinski. I think this was racing lap 42. For them, so we will put that into our calculator. Oops, my keyboard just fell off. All good, I'm still alive. We will watch this battle here. And now really closing in. Getting the move done. Will they? Yep, easy pass here. Upper position, nice one. So 50, that is 8. All right. So I have prepared the rejoin for car number 99. So Mr. T or any one of the stewards, you can have a look at the calculation time and then also maybe adjust it if there is anything happening throughout the rest of the stint. And we can focus on the race again. So we saw Hammersack taking P6 there, definitely using his tire advantage here on those soft tires. And let's jump back to the front with Philo. Still lapping in the 2 O's here for this one. 1 minute 52 the gap. So is Philo going for the total domination and trying to lap P2 as well? on his stint. It is still possible, I guess. So but I forgot Philo has to use the mediums, so he has to do a pit stop. Here as well. So who is number 12? Who is car number 12? Has retired? What? Yeah, they definitely they left the lobby. Not sure if they retired or if they disconnected. But yeah, I saw that. It's so if it was a rage quit, then okay. So we just got a confirmation. Car number 12 won't be returning to this race, unfortunately. That's a shame. Let's hope we will see you then for the next event. So yeah, you had a rough start to this one. So but still we would like to see you continue the race, gain experience. It's nothing like finishing those endurance events, but I can understand your point. So the next race, yeah, we have a year-long calendar running. So this is just the season opener. There will be more races throughout the series in the GT Challenge. Should be all documented on Discord. So I think the next race is already the Nürburgring 24 hours. So it will happen. So in a couple of months' time, we will have the big one. So lap 59 will be the in lap for the driver swap. That's 56, 57, 58. 3 more laps for Philo to improve the fastest lap of the event. One minute 55, so 5 seconds, 6 seconds maybe. And we see the blue flags. So here's Philo driving up the mountain. There's Bosworth now through Skyline, and Philo through Skyline here. You can probably see him, so he's going for that total domination, at least briefly. But you can see the fuel is low, so not too long until Philo needs to pit and use the mediums here. But still, what a drive. Will still be roughly around 1 minute 35 or so the gap when they swap drivers again. Who is Guarana? Nathaniel. I haven't seen this name. So here we go, Philo into the pits. If you can give me a clue then I will happily get to that car. Oh, the gap between JeGr and GT Racer, 26, 27 seconds. It's still coming down. So what this also means now with Philo pitching for mediums, no new fastest lap of the event by the looks, and oh, I have someone joining my party chat. Who is this, by the way?
Good afternoon, JeGr. How are we?
Hello, my dear friend. I'm good. I had a blast throughout the stint, apart from being muted for the first 15 minutes or so, but hey.
It happens. I seem to be having problems with There's always problems, mate. I seem to be having problems holding controller charge for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, I was like so prepared for all of it. Like, and I double checked everything, and then I accidentally started this party chat and put myself on mute and didn't realize I was in the party chat muted for the first. I was checking my mic and all the configurations and mic levels and but hey, we still had some great racing in this stint, and
it's been fantastic so far.
Enjoyed that one so far, and hope it will continue for the next hours here on this one. So we have still that pure domination of the TDR team is scary. This is like, barely seen something like that in those events.
I'm just wondering if they're going to get a 3-second penalty, because we've just done the outlap here and the TDR driver almost forgot to go in the pits.
No.
He did go in a little bit late, but I don't think we have got pit lane penalties on here, because I know it's a horrible pit exit. He can just spit you out and give you a penalty.
This could be the case, and I think we are also driving without the in-game track limit penalties. So we will judge it manually if some severe cutting is happening. But maybe also the lobby hosts turned off the pit line cutting for this, because as you said, it's a horrible entry and exit also. Like the auto drive in some occasions just drives you over the line on the exit. Nothing you can do there really. Or also, I think in earlier versions of the game, they just drove you right into the wall on the exit.
Yeah. That was horrendous. That was certain cars. It just used to spin you out on full throttle, didn't it?
Yep. So yes,
hopefully they've fixed that bug. I haven't seen that for a while.
No, I think it's okay. So they steer to the left without you having to do it in the right moment. So I think this is fixed, but you never know. Good bugs come back in those games.
Yeah, fix one thing, break two others.
Yeah, and then fix it again and bring back an annoying bug again. So this is like how software development cycles work nowadays. All good. Works, but yeah, we are now approaching the final minutes here of this stint. So, a bit of weird racing here with lapped cars.
Some pretty good gaps though still, so there is still going to be some action hopefully to come. Definitely, still hope so. Yeah, watch out for that Clockwork Motorsport team in P4. They are having a fantastic comeback drive in this one, and just 25 seconds behind the podium position. So this is definitely something to watch. And now Philo is starting on the final lap of this stint. I will get the stream up and running this side.
Yep. So, a lovely livery, lovely driving from the TDR teams so far. and I think the other drivers are not that much slower on their team.
No, they do seem to have an elaborate array of talent there, don't they? It's something to behold.
Definitely, so.
And I've seen some of the other drivers that drive with them guys as well, and they're just as quick, so they seem to have strength and depth.
Yeah, I think the team owner has put on a good squad here for this season.
Oh, absolutely, and plenty more of it to come, I'm sure, but you never know. Certain tracks suit certain people. So we are about to go live here for stint 3.
Yep, Philo coming down the camera straight now, so we'll 20 seconds probably until he arrives or enters the pit. Then I don't know how long the animation actually takes until they become stationary.
I know when you're a driver it feels like forever.
Yep, definitely. And Philo now, braking late there. Squeezing out every second on that pit entry again, so come on.
And late breaking into the pits as well.
Yep. So, really like their own mission. So, alright, so we will... Tifosi, yeah, this is JeGr, and you also hear Ponyboy in the same party chat here, the other legend here on those events. So I don't claim the legend slang here completely. We also have later on Urban Pirate here, the one like with all the chit chat and blabbering, and so the most entertaining stream probably with Pony and myself being a little bit more rational and factional and stuff, but the most entertaining streams will probably be the one by Pirate towards the end of this event. So watch out for them. You won't regret it.
They're all good fun, JeGr. You've done an absolutely fantastic job in Stint 2.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure to listen to and a pleasure to join you for part of it as well.
And... so yeah, who is driving for TDR in Stint 3? Is Ruslan or?
It is distinct. Or how would you pronounce this? Patchy, is it?
Oh, Patchy. Oh yeah. Let's go with Patchy. Yeah, I was like, when I was reading the spotter's guide, I was like, oh please don't give me this driver in my stint. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, I've got some absolutely fantastic names in this stint that I'm going to have some great fun with.
Yep. But you will probably get a lecture by a chat how these names will be pronounced or should be pronounced, so fingers crossed for that.
Oh, I hope so, but I have still got your stint on my stream at the moment, so if anybody has joined us in Stint 3 yet, you're not missing much, and yeah, there's not a lot to talk about as we wait for P2 to exit the pits.
They just arrived here on my side, so next one is Chica with 1 minute. And here, but just realized GT Racer, they had to pit for mediums. Oh, okay, so the gap has gone up again, so 44 seconds, so it was around the 24 second mark, so but still it is still possible for the Clockwork Motorsports team there to grab that podium. Nevertheless, Chica had a great drive here as well for Project Revolution, now heading into the pits for this one.
As we see, how far will they come out beyond the leader?
P3 has a gap of 2 minutes and 45 to the leader, so a lap down and even more.
But still, 2 great stints from this team.
Definitely.
The Project Revolution Porsche.
Being on the podium after 2 stints, that's where you want to be at and want to keep that position, hopefully, if you're Project Revolution. And yeah, so now here comes GT Racer with a fantastic stint. P9 to P4.
And he will be handing over to Noir Antares again, who will be running his second stint. So I get the pleasure of commentating him again. Hopefully I won't curse him again.
Did you curse him in the first stint? I don't know.
We did catch it live, so I've always got to claim a finger in that pie.
Nice. Okay. Resistance here for the two-man DC team into the pits in P5. 16 seconds behind GT Racer.
Now we'll be handing it back over to Pastina, who had a cracking first stint, a very long run on the softs at the start.
Same here in the second stint, so they're pretty clear about their strategy with this GTR. Run as long as possible on those softs.
And they are just about to be lapped again by Xavi, who is running his second stint for the Arix team.
P6 now into the pits. The Pantera team, the green car. Hammersack followed by PRL.
Let's find out who are they handing over to this time. Oh, it is Brent again. In the 59 car.
So P7 also. Just 3 seconds behind P6. So that golden Mercedes getting back on track now.
So, who have we got for this in the second Arix car? It is Purple Snack.
Purple Snack. Oh. I was looking forward to that name, to be honest. Falco in P8 for GTSR. Waiting for the driver swap to happen.
He will be handing it over to Potenza 46. Let's presume he's a Valentino Rossi fan.
Always like this 46 is like, yeah, could be the case. Also P9 now, the second Pantera team with the red one, and also P10. That is Callum, that is, I forgot the name, that BMW running. Spider GT Racing, how could I miss that name?
We're just waiting for the second of this Scuderia.
And AOC Tifosi, so we have two lobbies running, and when the drivers from the current lobby arriving at the pits, the other drivers are waiting in the pits in the new lobby and then get a signal they can go. So we can go over to the stint 3 now, to the part 3 of the stream. You will see how this works. So P11 is in the pits, also P12, NVR, Laggy now, and Jay, both heading over to their teammates now. And this leaves us with one car being on track, so we'll get that red AMG GTMA, which had a bit of a mare of a race, to be honest, with having twice damage in front and the rear.
And after that first in running the damage so well and keeping
it was
Arix team behind him, he done absolutely fantastically, and then just went and got in the pits and got damage again, and it all went a bit downhill from there.
It went, but I mean, that's still fighting spirit, so they're still in this race and heading into this one. So this will then conclude the end of part 2. Thank you all for watching, and now, if you haven't already, go to part 3. Ponyboy will be awaiting you there. I will stay in the lobby, in the chat here as well, Pony, so I will be doing the race directing job for 3, and I can also give you some infos what is happening throughout the race when you're not on stream. So this is okay. So
any help is always appreciated.
I will end the stream here and see you for the next one. Goodbye.
Brilliant stream, JeGr. Thank you.